We have not only one discussion video, but two discussion videos in a row. It's been a long time since we've had one of these.
Lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the...
What is up? Wait, what? There you go. Very much better. Very, very much better. Forgot to put on my hat there. But what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. And today, we're going to be talking about some interesting news that came out in the Xfinity Series silly season. We are finding out that Harrison Burton will be replacing the number 20 Xfinity, Joe Gibbs Xfinity car. I don't know why I just said that like that, but he will be replacing them. There has not been a crew chief announced or anything like that. But before we get into the video, when I talk about we're going to talk about, what my thoughts are, and personally I think he's been rushed, which I'll get into in a little bit. Before we get into that, I want to give a quick shout out to today's partners over at NASCAR Talk America. This video is brought to you by NASCAR Talk America. Alright, so here we are at the Discord server. There is plenty of stuff to do here. We have the general talk area where you can just talk about anything NASCAR related. We have the stats and news area, which is pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to see stats and news. We got in the booth. This is where we can talk during the race about the race, and in the booth you can talk like voice chat. Obviously, there's just a general voice chat if you're just bored and want to talk. We got other discussions here if you want to talk about sports or other motorsports. Here's where you can promo your stuff, and here's a bunch of other stuff here you guys can check out. Here also, though, I have my own custom channel. This is where I will post, not only post when my videos are up, but I will also put stuff in here. I want to do some multiplayer videos, and if y'all want to join, I will be announcing when those events will be held, and y'all can be on the video and actually be in the video if you guys join the Discord, the voice chat. So make sure to join NASCAR Talk America. Keep an eye on this tab, and I'll probably put it in general chat as well if you guys want to be in my next multiplayer video. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Thank you again, NASCAR Talk America, for partnering us and being such great partners. And we got some stuff in the works here coming up. Before we get into today's video, make sure you leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below all your guys' thoughts. And let's get right into it. So it was announced just a couple days ago that Harrison Burton, the man on your screen right there, will be replacing Christopher Bell, driving the 20 Xfinity car for Joe Gibbs Racing. And this comes as kind of a surprise to me. I guess, it's not surprising when you look at it, but just where Harrison Burton is at in his career, he's currently 19 years old and did not have the best truck season last year. He improved as the season went on. He showed that he has potential. He did better than Todd Gilliland. If I were to pick between Harrison Burton and Todd Gilliland, who to put in that 20 ride, it'd be Harrison Burton all day. Todd Gilliland needs to be out of that. What does he even drive? The 4-car or 4-truck? I think he needs to be out of that ride to get somebody more deserving in there. But Harrison Burton will now be in the 20 car at the age of 19. I think he would have benefited from a Noah Gragson-esque second season. I think he would have had a year under his belt, knew what he was doing, and gotten more experience, and then maybe he'd be ready for the 20 ride. But if you look at this from the Joe Gibbs perspective, who else are you going to put in that 20? Obviously, like I said earlier, not Todd Gilliland, and not really anybody else, in contention. So I don't know. I think Joe Gibbs just really had no one else to put there, and if he would have, maybe he could have brought in a veteran. I would say for a year, give another year to Harrison Burton, and then bring him up. But again, I do understand why Joe Gibbs made this move, as there wasn't really anybody else in line to replace Christopher Bell. And the reason I'm picking on Harrison Burton so much is that when you look at the drivers of the 20 car, you typically see a lot of success. Christopher Bell is the most recent of that. You see them succeeding in the truck series. Now, Harrison Burton, to be fair, in his Xfinity starts, has 1 top 5 and 3 top 10s. I believe he started, 6 races, if I'm not mistaken. He has definitely been actually almost as good as you would see him in truck series. Has not been that bad of a driver in the Xfinity series. So maybe the Xfinity series caters more to his driving style. We see that at times, but still, that is a small sample size to go off of, just 6 races. And like I said, if you look at Christopher Bell, he was I believe he won a championship. I'm sorry, I'm not good at research, but he was a very competitive driver in that Ford truck. Same with Eric Jones. He was a competitive driver in the truck series, and that translated to the Xfinity series. With Harrison Burton, we have not seen as much success as we saw with Eric Jones and Christopher Bell in the truck series. Obviously, his Xfinity series we don't know yet, but I think we might see a lot of the same from Harrison Burton. Okay, we might see a lot of the same stuff we saw in the truck series in the Xfinity series with Harrison Burton. Now, if you look at Harrison Burton's 2019 stats, he obviously has 0 wins, 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and 11.8 average finish. This is out of 20 races, and obviously the season he still has time to get a couple more top 10s. But really, these stats are mediocre, especially considering KBM is some pretty good equipment that Greg Biffle and Kyle Busch both have been able to get wins in. Of course, Greg Biffle, everybody points that out, but really, in reality, I mean, he definitely had a fast car or truck, sorry, and he definitely was a top 5 car, but it wasn't the most dominating of wins. But anyway, still, he did get a win there, and Harrison Burton just kind of average stats, which is something that Noah Gragson, his first season, his rookie year, he did not have the best start, and as the season went on, he got better, much like Harrison Burton did this year. That is why I think he could benefit from a second year in the truck series, much like Noah Gragson did when he broke out in his sophomore year. Now, at the same time, you got to remember Harrison Burton is 19 right now. He's learning a lot of stuff, and going to the Xfinity series is not necessarily a terrible thing, but it's definitely not, I think, the best case scenario for him. As I made it very clear throughout this video, I feel that Harrison Burton is being very rushed into the Xfinity series. And do I think that but does that mean that I think he's going to fail? No, I think he's definitely a talented driver, and I think that with a couple years under his belt, I mean, he's not going to be in the Cup Series for a while. There is no openings at Joe Gibbs for a very long time. I would say 2 to 3 years. The only opening would be, Eric Jones maybe getting kicked out for Christopher Bell, then the 95. Maybe Christopher Bell goes, or if Eric Jones doesn't go there, maybe the 95 car's open. But I feel like at that point, Gibbs would probably just have him put in a veteran or something like that. I don't think Harrison Burton. I think you would know Harrison Burton's not anywhere close to ready for the Cup Series quite yet. But I think Harrison Burton is a person who is going to take time to groom into a Cup Series driver. I think he definitely has the talent for it. I think he's shown that he has the talent for it, and I think maybe he is somewhat ready for the Xfinity series, but I think he would have definitely benefited from that second year in the Truck Series. The way I see his Xfinity series career turning out, I don't think he's going to have the best rookie season. One thing that is definitely something to look out for is the fact that we already know that Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick, those two are definitely out of the Xfinity series, which will open up more opportunities for Harrison Burton. Cole Custer has not been confirmed whether or not he will be in the Xfinity series next season. With Clint Boyer signing an extension, it's looking more and more likely like that 00 will be piloted by Cole Custer, so we'll still have him in there. But it'll open up more opportunities for people, not just Harrison Burton, but Noah Gragson and other people that, Austin Cindric and Chase Briscoe, people like that. It will open up more opportunities for them to show what they can do. But I think there's going to be a lot of pressure going into next season for Harrison Burton in that 20 car, replacing Christopher Bell, the driver who is competing for a championship right now, and I don't think anybody would be surprised if he wins that. There's going to be a lot of pressure, and I don't see Harrison Burton living up to the Christopher Bell hype, at least at the moment. I think this first year, he's got to get a win. I think he definitely has to get a win, especially with Christopher Bell going out there getting all those wins, competing for the championship. He's got to get a win, and I hate to put that much pressure on him, but I think he's going to have to do that. And if he doesn't, it's definitely going to be kind of murky for him. But I think Burton's definitely got the talent to do it. I think he's got the talent to eventually be a championship contender in the Xfinity series once he gets a couple years under his belt. Maybe once Cole Custer kind of leads, which I don't think that's really fair to say, because Cole Custer, he's going to be in the Cup Series whenever Harrison Burton possibly makes it to the Cup Series, so he'll still be a challenge. So I think he does need to show that he can compete with Cole Custer and stuff like that. But Really, that's all. That's really all I got. I think Harrison Burton is definitely a talented driver, and I think I've kind of reiterated this point. And it's really just going to take time. Remember, he's 19. He is 2 years older than me, so he's definitely got a lot of time left to develop, become a better driver. He seems like he's got the work ethic. He seems like he seems mature and stuff like that. And I think he definitely could be a future star in NASCAR. We'll see how it all works out. I hope the best for him. He's definitely one of my favorite drivers coming up in the Xfinity / Truck Series. So we'll see how it progresses. But for now, that's all I got for today. Make sure you leave a like. Hit that subscribe button if I could remember my outro, and comment down below what are you guys' thoughts. Do you feel that Harrison Burton has been rushed? Do you think this is going to work out for him? What are you guys' thoughts on the video? Be sure to let me know. And that's all I got. Thank you to all of our partners for being, well, such great partners, and go ahead and check all of our partners out down below. All their links are in the description. That's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.